What is up everyone, Steve Clayton here. Many of you probably don't know, but I'm a massive trading card collector. I love it. It's a hobby of mine, it's a pastime, it's something I spend probably too much time looking at on YouTube and all that sort of stuff. And the reason I got into collecting is one, it's a hobby, it's a passion, it's something I just love doing. But I also see it as kind of like a strategic investment, especially with the cash rate going out of control and inflation off its head and stuff. Just, cash isn't worth holding, in a lot of ways. So I'm always looking for, not putting all my money into it, but a way of being able to offset some of that inflation, do something I love doing, and then also have something that can get some long-term capital gain. And so for me, it's a few areas. It's obviously big, all in on Pokemon cards. The second is NFL cards, and the third on a small level is, NBA cards. So I thought I'd create a video sharing my entire personal collection, and I've got a few up for sale, but lots I'm just holding for the kids and as a college fund, so to speak, and hold on to them for 20 years and see what they turn into. So here it is, let's dive in. We'll start with all of the slabs. All right, so here is my slab collection. Now for those that aren't entirely sure what a slab is, it's essentially you send your raw cards off to a grading company. And there's a bunch of different grading companies out there. PSA being probably the most popular when it comes to, particularly Pokemon trading cards, but there's companies like Beckett's and CGC and a bunch of other smaller ones. But essentially what you do is you send off your graded card, or you send off your raw card, I should say, to head over to PSA. They look at it, they look at the quality of it, is there any marks on it, whitening, centering, they look at the whole thing, and then essentially they give you a grade. And this grade here means essentially what it's worth, and it kind of seals it in this slab so that you know exactly what the card's going to hold in terms of long-term value. 10 is obviously a perfect card, and then it goes right down to a 1, which is like a heavily played, really rubbish card. So I'll run you through my slabs. So obviously I've got the Dragonite here. This is a fossil collection, 1999. This card was released. A good long-term hold, and I've got that in an 8. I've got a first edition Eevee. Now for those aren't sure about first editions and how that all goes, you're looking for this little stamp, right? Come on, right here. That right there is a first edition stamp. And obviously that's on a limited print run, and it essentially means it's a first edition. It's the first run of it. So I've got an Eevee in an 8 non-holo. I've got a first edition Magneton in a 8 non-holo. A Ditto first edition in an 8 non-holo. Clefable first edition holo in an 8, which I really enjoy that card. One of my favorites, OG Snorlax in a first edition, and we're talking a 7 in this one here. Don't know how we're going with this focus. We've got a Victreebel first edition in a 7, first edition Pinsir holo in a 8, Vileplume holo in a 9, Flareon first edition in a 5, which I think is a bit of a rough grade. I think it's better than that. Like the back is clean as. I think it does have a couple of scratches on the holo, but any of those evolutions are going to be a good long-term value. What else we got? Jolteon in an 8 holo. Vaporeon in a 5. Again, this one's got heaps of scratches on it, but I just love that evolution set. And then a first edition Raichu in an 8 as well, which I'm a big fan of. And then we've got some modern stuff, right? So this is a Japanese 2018 Sun and Moon Blastoise in a 10. So this one I'm just, hanging on to. I picked this one up nice and cheap at a Comic-Con actually down in Sydney. But holding on to that for a long-term collection. And then we've got the Chunkachu, again, another modern card here in a PSA 9. So I just like this one. This one was a hard card to pull. It's out of the Vivid Voltage set, and I just always liked it, so I got that as a birthday present. We've got a Rapidash non-holo first edition in an 8, a Wigglytuff holo in an 8 as well, Kabutops first edition holo in an 8, Venomoth Jungle. So when they originally released Pokemon in 1999, there was a base set, and then they released the Jungle and the Fossil versions as additional expansions. So they're still considered the original 151 Pokemon, 151 Pokemon. Hitmonlee first edition in a 6. Again, I think it's a rough grade, but just have some whitening around the edges. So what you're looking for in a grade is centering. So how well the card is centered, how well the holo is, and if there's any scratches on that holo, and then obviously any corners, any whitening around the corners, anything like that, that's all gonna affect your grade. But then of course we've got the OG trio. We've got a Charizard PSA 9, 1999 English, Venusaur in a 9, which, you know, these were essentially the first 3 big cards I invested in, and a Blastoise in a 9. I am currently selling these trios, so if you're looking for the OG trio, hit me up. I've got a bit of a deal for you here on those. So they're all my slabbed cards, and obviously going to be long-term sending off a lot more for grading. But let's dive into the personal collection in the binders, and these are the non-graded cards. All right, so this is my binder full of my modern cards, or more modern cards, and these are a lot of the alt arts. So alt arts are essentially these full art cards. They're normally really hard to pull, like maybe 1 in 1,500 packs. I've been lucky enough to pull a lot of these, but also I've bought them. So we've got the Rayquaza, we've got the Blaziken, Gengar, which is one of my favorite cards. This one is just an absolute legendary card. Muse, Charizard, Celebes. This was the Ultra Premium collection box with the different Charizards there, which is really rad. Some Entei, you know, a whole bunch of different cards, as you can see here. And then we have some trainer gallery type cards. They've got different names over the time, but these kind of more full art cards. These are all modern, obviously, so released in the last sort of 2-3 years, except for some of these ones, which are a little bit older. Some of these tag team cards are appreciating quite well. Venusaur EX, this one here is a secret rare Gyarados, again appreciating quite well. A bunch of gold cards. And yeah, as we go through, trainer cards as well. There's a big market for trainer cards. Some people just seem to love them. I'm not a massive fan of them, but some of these cards can be quite valuable over time. As you build your trainers, you know, different rainbow cards. I've never been a really fan of the rainbows. Whole bunch of these ones, trainer gallery cards, Galarian gallery cards. Yeah, and so this is just a collection I've been building for a while. Sort of more of the funner sort of full art sort of stuff. As you see here, yeah, a bunch of them. We filled up pretty much this whole binder. This is essentially when I first got into Pokemon again from a modern age. Obviously I loved it as a kid, but these ones here are all from the, you know, the Shining, is it Shining Fates? I think it's called Shining Fates. And that's when I kind of started getting back into Pokemon and collecting. And then we got the 25th anniversary cards as well, and I've got the complete master set of those. These are just some extras that I've pulled. Pokemon Go was a recent release that they did, and got some of the main starters there. And so yeah, that's all sort of my modern alt art, you know, kind of fun cards to collect. All right, next up we've got the complete 25th anniversary master set. So this one we ended up pulling. We pretty much bought all the cards, you know, from packs essentially. This was really fun with the girls to essentially go through. I might just change this camera angle here for you. So yeah, essentially this is the full 25th anniversary edition. We managed to also get the Ultra Premium collection. So they're actually metal cards, those two. Which have kind of held a lot of value, gone up a lot in value. But we essentially completed and collected every single card, including all the promos. They did the original starters again, but with this 25th anniversary badge on it as well, all the way through, and even, you know, the full cards here and some of the other gold cards that only came in the Ultra Premium collection. So this is one that I definitely want to like just buy and hold, and, you know, wait till this gets to like the 50th anniversary and have the complete set of that one. So yeah, it's good fun. What else we got? Let's go dig into some more. You'll like this. So this was a binder that I bought in full, which I'm really stoked to have and really keen to hold for a long time. Where is it? It's the original 1999 151. So the whole collection. So let's dive into that one. So here it is, every single card of the original 151. Which if you were, you know, like a kid in the 90s like I was, this was like the OG, man. This was what we were playing with in schoolyards and trying to catch them all. But yeah, I managed to buy this as a complete set. There's some first editions filtered all the way through. Obviously it has both the Fossil and the Jungle 151, so you can see there, that is the, come on, get there. That's the Fossil logo, so that's the additional expansion. And then that's the Jungle logo there. So as you can see, some first editions all the way through. But yeah, this is all 151. And I was stoked to find this one. I got a really good deal on this, and this is definitely gonna be one that the collection I'll hold for a long time as well. But it also has a few, one of these ones here, the Mew Black Star promo, which is a pretty hard card to find, so we managed to snag that one in as part of the deal as well. So obviously some of them are non-holo, hence why I bought, you know, some of those slabs on the way through. So yeah, that's it. All right, what else we got to show you? Oh, I picked up a pretty sick card the other day. I think you'll enjoy this. This is a super rare card that I managed to find in a card shop at the Sunshine Coast. Watch this space. Oh, actually, before I do that, one set that I have been collecting that I think is actually really good value and definitely something worth investing in if you are a long-term holder is they've just released the modern 151. So all the original 151s, which I just showed you here, but in a modern release. And I started collecting the Japanese set. So I still got quite a few to collect here, anything that's missing on the way through. But this was a really cool set because it was the first one that they started doing these reverse holos, and then some of them actually got a reverse holo master ball, and they're worth huge value. So I've got a few master balls in here throughout the set, but as you can see, I think I'm about 80% through completing this collection. See if I can find you a master ball. I can't remember which one it is. I've got a couple here. But yeah, really cool set. It's kind of like the OGs, just with modern art, which is really, really fun. I can't remember which one were the master balls. Let's see if I can find it. Not that, not that, not that. Oh, here we go. Carbon tops. So you can, let me see if I can get the angle right. Get the shine on it. Come on. You see here, just that little M there? Can you see that little M shining? So yeah, they're the master balls. So this set's huge. You can either collect it as a normal set, which I'm doing, which is a combination of reverses, but then, you know, standard cards as well. But some people have collected the full master ball set, which is insane amounts of money. Then obviously we're into our secret art rares and our art rares, which are, you know, worth big money. So this is one that's probably going to take me a little while to collect, but just really sick art. I'm a big fan of that. And yeah, I've picked up a couple of extras to add into that one. But yeah, I'll show you some of my recent haul, which is good fun. A couple of singles. I haven't had time to put them into binders or anything yet, so I will show you that now. Alright, so these are some of my recent single acquisitions. So I find that like sometimes it's fun to just like buy boxes and rip packs and stuff like that, because you know, it's kind of fun to be able to pull some pretty rad cards. But once you get to a certain point of the collection, you're better off just buying singles, because the chances of you actually pulling the card that you want becomes like next to nothing, and so you'll spend a lot of money just buying packs that, you know, aren't worth anything. So I picked up some more like English 151s that I'm adding to my collection, you know, a few sort of basic full arts and things like that. But some of the great pulls we've had recently is the Giovanni's Secret Art Rare full art, which is, I like that card. A couple of these you know, kind of full arts as well. I don't know how this focus is going. Here we go. Polywhirl and Blastoise, of course. Need that guy. Venusaur, always need him. Yeah, just a basic. So they're not huge value like some of these cards. What I pick them up for $9, you know, pretty, you know, not crazy money, but something that you can hold for a while. And then obviously another one that I recently bought as a single, Alakazam, but this one, the Gold Mew, paid $60 for him, so probably overvalued. Come on, get there, folks. There we go. So yeah, probably overpaid for something like that. But again, the chances of me pulling that card out of 151 packs is like, you know, next to nothing. So sometimes you're better off just grabbing it while you can. But the other thing is picked up some of these Japanese cards, like I said, at the Comic-Con, being able to go through and see some people that have collected it. Ivysaur in the Secret Art Rare, which is kind of rad, but this is the big boy, the Charizard full art. So again, I got a better deal than $60 on him, but again, the chances you pulling something like that is really rare, so sometimes you're better off just buying it. Charmeleon, Secret Art Rare, Snorlax promo card. So in every like elite trainer box, you normally get a promo card, and some of these actually hold reasonable value. Some go way down depending on the print run, but that one seemed to hold some reasonable value. But here's the exciting ones. Obviously, other 151s. I'm dropping stuff around the place here. 151, Japanese, Raikou. That's it. Galarian Gallery, which is pretty rad, but some of these ones are really fun. So like an original OG Japanese Dragonite, not in great condition, but picked this up at a Sunshine Coast card shop, which I really love. Pidgey. But these ones, this is the fun stuff. So picked up this Aerodactyl first edition, but you might be able to just see here. Actually, let me just grab the camera. You might be able to see here. How do I get this? You might be able to see here, there it is, a pre-release stamp first edition Aerodactyl. So that, you see the little pre-release stamp on the corner. So these are normally only released at events and things like that, so they're a lot harder to get a hold of. So I'm starting to move into some of these, you know, more unique collections with pre-release cards. But this one here was a sweet find. I got this for a great deal. This one here is a 1999 Mew, Ancient Mew promo so this was only released at the cinemas, and this one is the Japanese version. But what makes this card kind of really rare and really kind of unique is I probably can't get it on the zoom here. No, not at all. But this has actually got a print error. Right down the bottom here, it says Nintendo instead of Nintendo. So there's way less of these in the world with the print error, particularly in the Japanese set. So that's a Nintendo error. And then I've got a Celebi Japanese as well. Celebis always hold good value. People seem to like them. And then I've got a random Dragonite here as well. So that's my Pokemon collection. I think I've got more around somewhere yet to device, put them into folders and stuff like that, but I love it. That's my sort of longer term collection. I've really slowed down on buying, more just kind of holding now and buying the strategic stuff. But the other stuff I've gotten into is NFL cards, which are a bit more of a gamble, but sometimes you can buy some, couple-year-old boxes that have got rookie cards for people that have already kind of made a bit of a debut and a name, but of course some rookies just turn to crap, so then they're worth nothing. But I'll show you some of the bigger hitters I've got in that space. Oh, one more that I forgot. I picked up this Flareon EX 2016 card. Come on. It's hard to get this focus right. I wonder how the other Pokemon YouTubers do it. You there? There we go. Oi, Flareon EX. I just thought this was such a rad card. Very mint. I'll probably send this one to get graded because, something like this is going to definitely hold some longer term value as well. All right, NFL. So yeah, NFL's trickier, like I said, but if you can pick up some decent rookie cards or some random sort of promos. For example, I've got like a Tom Brady Heroes card here. Some prestige rookies, which are always. I can get that to work again. Yeah, some prestige rookies. But yeah, I got a bunch of junk in here. There's a whole bunch of Prism cards. There's all sorts of stuff. But I'll see if I can find you some of my bigger hitters. I'm a big fan of like the rookie cards like Devonta Smith, and it's kind of fun when you play NFL fantasy as well. And Joe Burrow is always going to go well. Green Prisms. But the main one that I really like. Hang on, let me turn this around for you. Actually, it might be easier just to put the stack on and you can see. So these are all different Prism cards. Some are worth nothing, some are worth a bit. Obviously, like anything, like Joe Burrow and some rookie cards, Devonta, things like that. You're taking a bit of a gamble, and normally you'll try and flip NFL cards a little bit more than say Pokemon cards. This one's definitely one that'll get graded. Heroes Tom Brady. That's going to hold some pretty good value, I'd say. What else we got here? Bunch of junk, bunch of rookies. Some of these type of cards, T-Law, bit of a different style. Black Prism rookie card, Ian, not great. This one's a good one. I pulled this out of a pack, Jalen Waddle, rookie signature. So that's definitely worth a card getting, sent off to get graded. It's not numbered or anything like that, but it's a cool card. Najee rookie, Black Prism. I got Najee on my team. He kind of sucks, but hopefully he goes well. Jamar Chase, bunch of rookies. Mac Jones doing nothing. Najee, got the other Jalen. This one's a decent one. Black Prism rookie, Jamar Chase rookie card. So hopefully he keeps doing well over at the Bengals. Big fan of him. So yeah, that sort of stuff will hopefully go long term. And then we've got some of these select cards. So these ones seem to hold a little bit more value. Different die cut cards. We've got a bunch of different ones here. Yeah, Tua. Wish you had him in a rookie, that'd be nice. Josh Allen, some of the big names that are going to go well, but they do have a shelf life, right? Like that's the different thing about it. Like, if Mac didn't absolutely suck, this could have been a good card, like a select die cut rookie. What we got here? Joe Burrow, Mixon, some of these other promo cards. Zach, Najee again in a rookie. So yeah, I found that sometimes you can pick up some of those few year old boxes where these rookies have already debuted and got a couple of seasons under their belt, but you can pick up the rookie. So like this T-Law NFL debut rookie, good card. There's a little bit of marking on the surface there, but that one I'll probably get graded. What we got here? Jamar rookie, some of these other promos. I had to do a lot more learning with NFL, that's for sure, because there's so many different styles, so many different cuts, so many different backs. It's way harder to understand. Another Tom Brady, another Devonta, but NFL debut rookie. T-Law in a pink. So that's what I mean by different backgrounds and different prism factors, and there's so many different types of cards, but that one I'll definitely get graded as well. Yeah, Jamar, heaps of Jamar. Joe Burrow, will to win. Greeny boys. Yeah, Herbert, he's alright. What else we got here? Tom Brady, Super Bowl. We got the Patriots still. A green NFL debut, Jamar Chase, rookie. I don't even know why that's in my collection. But anyway, So yeah, that's all the NFL cards. And then finally, what do we got here? This is all my other NFL cards. And as you can see here, there's lots of extras. I really don't know what much of this is worth. I might take it into a card shop one day and sell a bunch in bulk maybe, or yeah, just see what we can hang on to. But also have some hoops. So I got like the Paolo Banchero rookie. That one seems to be something that might be worth something one day. But you know, hoops isn't a great producer of cards. They're normally considered to be a lot cheaper. You can pick them up pretty much everywhere. Typically you want to be going with, you know, the different types, like these. You can get prisms and stuff in NBA. I'm not really into NBA too much, so this is just, you know, a whole bunch of rookies for the off chance that, you know, one of these dudes goes off and is the next MJ. But yeah, more of a long-term hold. Again, more NFL cards, a whole bunch of junk. But yeah, bit of fun. I'm definitely more Pokemon than anything else, but yeah, that's my collection. I use an app called Collector for all of my Pokemon cards to track value and what's going up and what's going down. I'm not sure if there's any really great app out there for NFL, NBA cards. I'm sure there is. Let me know in the comments if you do know one. But there it is. Hope you've enjoyed the little tour of my card collection. And yeah, I don't know why I'm making this video, but I launched the whole base set Pokemon trio for sale, and a bunch of people messaging me like, I'm into cards as well. So anyway, thought I'd share. I'd love to see your collection. Hit me up if you've got any other YouTubers that you like following, any other cool cards that you got in your collection. I'd love to see them. Cheers.